Hi, everybody. It's time for some yoga. So get yourself set up with what you need to practice with. Christopher's got a block that he's sitting on and a blanket. I've got a blanket. I like to sit on it. I also like to use it on my shoulder stand. Maybe we'll use the wall a little bit today, actually. So just set yourself up, find a comfortable seat. And take a moment. Make your body comfortable. Try to elongate your spine. Softly close your eyes. Separate your back teeth, relax your jaw. Stacking ears over shoulders and shoulders over hips as best you can. Give a gentle squeeze between those shoulder blades, opening across the chest. Start to notice the breath. Allowing that breath to pass in and out through your nose, and your nose only if that's available. So unless you have a cold or something prohibiting you from breathing through the nose, try to always direct the breath through the nostrils, warming, moistening, and cleansing the air before it's moved down into the lungs. So begin to come into that three-part yogic breath, starting with the abdominal breathing as we breathe down into the belly. You want to feel that belly expand like a balloon. And as you exhale, it pulls back towards the spine. Inhale, the belly fills. Exhale, gently draw it in, a little squeeze there, pushing the air out. Inhale, fill the belly. And exhale, gently draw it back. So try to maintain that diaphragmatic breath, that abdominal breath, as we move into the thoracic breath. So in the thoracic breath, the ribs begin to come into play. So first we fill the belly as we inhale, then we draw the breath up a little higher, ribs expand. As we exhale, the ribs regather, the belly pulls in. So see if you can maintain that now. Fill the belly and the ribs. Exhale, the ribs contract, the belly pulls in. And there's a last final part to a full yogic breath, and it's where the collarbones get involved. So we want to try to draw the breath in, filling from the belly, through the rib cage, and then eventually into the upper chest. You almost feel your collarbones lift slightly. So the next time you inhale, start to expand through the belly, through the rib cage, right up into the upper chest. As you exhale, the collarbones settle, the ribs regather, and the belly, draw it back towards the spine. And then maintain that three-part breath. So a lot of you may be spending time at home right now, and some of you may be still having to go out and spend time at your job. I know that Christopher has. He's been having some kind of shoulder, low back issues just from doing so much massage. So sending the crown of your head now up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, allow your right ear to fall towards your right shoulder. Just allow the left side of the neck to open slowly. On the inhale, let the head slowly rise, and as you exhale, melt your left ear toward your left shoulder. Inhale, lift the head up. As you exhale, turn your head all the way to the right, looking as far over that right shoulder as you can. Good, inhale, slowly come through center and then take it all the way over to the left. Looking as far behind you as you can. Good, as you inhale, bring the head back through center. Exhale completely, and now inhale, just start to lift the chin. Tipping your face up towards the ceiling. At some point, you may need to separate your lips now to maintain a relaxed jaw. Make sure you're still breathing, though, through your nose. And just let that head gently fall back. Some of you might even find yourselves flexible enough that your head almost comes to rest at the upper back. Good, on your next inhale, let the head float back up, and as you exhale, begin to melt your chin down and toward the chest. And just let gravity pull it forward and down. Try not to let your shoulders round and come forward here. Let's intensify the stretch a bit here by interlacing the fingers, placing the hands on the back of the head, adding a little bit of weight. Don't pull. There should be no forcing or straining. More a sense of relaxing and letting go. On your next inhale, start to lift the head up, and now extend both the arms up and over the head, separating your hands wider than your shoulders. Palms are facing one another. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take another deep breath in, extend and reach. Turn your palms out, lower the arms halfway down to shoulder height. Expand across both those arms. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Keep drawing the chin back towards the throat. Turn your palms forward now. Slowly bring the arms forward in front of you. Interlace your fingers. Take the palms, press them forward. Squeeze between those shoulder blades still. Pull the low belly in. Try not to overly curve through your low back. Good, let's inhale. Let the arms come up. Press them up as you exhale. Circle the arms all the way down. Let's come on to the hands and the knees now. So any lift you may have had under your seat, you can remove that now. With your hands at the top of your mat and your fingers spread wide, make sure that your shoulders are over your wrists or even your first set of knuckles here. And then you're really kind of gripping with the pads of the fingers, pushing the floor away from you. Look at your thighs, make sure they're parallel to each other. So are the shins. Toes pointing straight back behind you. Now look down to the floor just ahead of those fingers. Keep drawing the low belly up towards the spine, and do your best to not collapse between your shoulder blades. Close the eyes. Try to feel an equal weight through all four of the limbs here in this table pose. Good, now let's inhale, lift the tailbone and the chin slowly up, shoulders stay down. Exhale, draw the tail down, tuck the chin, Rounding out your back, inhaling back into cow, make that U shape with your spine. And exhale, round it out into your cat. And just do a few rounds, moving at the measure of your own breath here. Movement is slow and deliberate. Still gripping with the hands. Take one more inhale into your cow. And one last exhale up into your cat. And then bring your big toes together. Sit your hips back to your heels, starting in more of a puppy stretch, so don't move your hands. And then allow your hips to sink a little further. Your hands can slide back. You can widen the knees if you'd like, lowering your chest down, lowering your forehead down. And if your forehead doesn't make it to the floor, your hands can support it, stacked flat or as fists. If the forehead rests on the ground, the arms can circle all the way back beside you. Palms would then face the ceiling. And try to let your shoulders just roll right off the back, melting towards the earth. Arms are heavy. Hips are heavy, being drawn towards those heels. Let your hips now sway side to side a few times. The movement might be very subtle. It might be very big. What feels good for you today, this moment in time? Let your hips come to center. Take those hands now and reach them forward. Take them as far forward as they'll go, so your elbows and your forearms are off the ground. Look at the space between your thumbs. Make sure it could accommodate both your feet, and now pull yourself back up to the hands and the knees. Sliding the knees back just a bit, tuck your toes under. Shoulders over the first set of knuckles. As you inhale, lift your knees an inch off the ground. Keep the tailbone tucked and the low belly lifted. And again, we don't collapse between the shoulder blades, so puff up the upper back just a little bit. Press it up towards the ceiling and take one more inhale. On your exhale, lift your hips up, straighten the legs, push your chest back, bend your left knee and press your right heel down to the ground. Hold that stretch and breathe into the back of that right leg. And now we're going to just change sides. So start to press the left heel down as you bend the right knee just a bit. Don't bend it so much that your right hip drops lower than your left. Hold that stretch, breathe. Notice, is there a difference between the two sides? Good. Let's take it back to the right side. Bend the left knee. Good. Left side again. Right knee bends. Left heel presses down. Now try to press both heels down at the same time. The legs might need to stay just slightly bent at the knee, especially if you're feeling a lot of weight shift forward into your hands. Try not to let your shoulders come forward over the wrist. Try to press the armpits towards the ankles. Good. Take another deep breath in, and on your exhale, lower your knees and untuck your toes, big toes together. Knees maybe as wide as the mat is wide this time as you come down into your child's pose. Relax the arms where they feel comfortable, out in front of you, back alongside you. If they need to support the head, bring them there under the forehead. And just breathe. Notice how your body is feeling just by moving through a few postures. What are you feeling in the shoulders, in the upper back, through the arms, the legs, especially those hamstrings. Breathing into any areas that are tight or tense or sore. Sweeping those arms out in front of you, separating the hands to a shoulder distance width. Look forward, make sure your feet can fit between your thumbs, come up to your hands and your knees, readjust the knees to hip distance, knees are back just a little bit, tuck the toes and take it up and back to downward dog. So we're going to do a little bit of movement here designed to warm, open the body up. So let's inhale high on the toes, little bend to the knees as you look forward. Start to tiptoe your feet to your hands. You might eventually need to shift up to your fingerprints. You might even need to lift the hands right off the ground. Now place your hands on your shins and inhale, lean into the toes, straighten the arms, gaze out in front of you. Hold here, a little squeeze between the shoulder blades. Take one last deep breath in, and as you exhale, melt the torso down, release the arms down, coming into a standing forward bend. Balancing the weight equally between the heels and the toes, trying to keep the hips forward over those ankles. Arms can be as active or as passive as you'd like. Just breathe here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Good, let's inhale, come up to that flat back again, hands on the shins, gazing out in front of you, little bend to the knees, exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, stand, legs straight, hands to heart. Take an inhale. And a full exhale, pressing the palms together. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the chin. Exhale, reach forward as you fold all the way down. Inhale, look out in front of you, lengthening the spine. Plant both palms, step back to the top of a push-up. So you're in plank pose, shoulders over wrists, the body is in a straight line. If you need to modify, you could simply set your knees down. All you're doing by doing that is taking a bit of the weight out of those arms. Tailbone is tucked, low belly is drawn in. Now look forward as you inhale, lower with control. As you exhale, curl to your cobra. So the tops of the feet are heavy. We lift the chin, lift through the back of the head, little squeeze between those shoulder blades. Try to keep the tops of the feet here very heavy. Right from the big toe across to the pinky toe edge. Drag that chest forward through those hands. Push into the palms, inhale a little higher, tuck the toes, press back to your downward facing dog, heels press down, chest pressing back. Let the head hang and be heavy. Try to bring even more weight in your hands to your thumb and pointer finger base. Good, inhale, rise to the toes, soft knees as you look forward, and bring your feet again to your hands. Inhale to a flat back, and as you exhale, fold in. Arms beside the ears, we inhale, reach forward and up, palms touch. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take an inhale. And a full exhale, and this time inhale, circle the arms up and over the head, looking forward. Lean to your right, exhale. Inhale to center, and then over to your left. Inhale, back up, and look up. Push the hips forward and lean back. Inhale, back to the top, palms open. Swan dive and come all the way down. Look forward as you inhale, lengthening your spine. Plant your palms, step back again to the top of a push-up. And again, you can modify if you need to. Listen to your body. Especially if you have any issues with your wrists, your shoulders. We don't want to cause them any more strain. Now look forward on the inhale. As you exhale, lower. Inhale to curl to cobra. Hold here, shoulders are down. Stretch the toes back and pull the heart forward. Good, take one more inhale, tuck the toes, press it back to your downward dog and hold here, breathing deeply. Feeling the body slowly beginning to open up. Pushing the chest back, keep pressing those heels down at the same time. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, lower your right knee down to the ground, right under your hip. Bring your right hand in line with the knee, and plant your left foot directly behind the right. Turning that left big toe in, so everything's in a straight line. And if that feels a bit too wobbly, slide the right foot back like a kickstand, just slightly behind you. Now when you're ready, look at your right thumb and take your left arm, float it straight up towards the ceiling. Palm is open, turned in the same direction as the chest. Can you look out to the left? You might even be able to look up to the left thumb, but if that's causing you to get a little too unstable, keep your gaze down at that right thumb. And then turn your left palm forward. And without bending the elbow, begin to reach forward. Keep those fingers extending upwards towards the ceiling, creating this ramp, this diagonal line along the left side of the body. On the inhale, the left arm reaches up, and as you exhale, look down, lower the hand down, set the knee down, widen your hands to shoulder distance. Let's inhale, lift the chin and the tailbone, holding a cow. Push the chest forward, lift the chin, open the throat. Trying to pull that heart forward through those upper arms. Take one more inhale. Exhale, drawing the tail down, tuck the chin, rounding out the back, hold this cat stretch. Good, come back to neutral, left knee under left hip, left hand comes in. Right foot pivots and plants directly behind that left foot. Turn your right big toe in just slightly. So you want the edge of your foot parallel with the edge of your mat. If you need the kickstand, left foot slides back. Gaze at your left thumb, and now when you're ready, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Turn that chest open to the right. Maybe you can look out to the right or even up to that thumb, turning your palm forward. Start to extend the arm over the ear. Keep reaching forward and upward. Gripping with those left fingers, spine on your chest, open to the right. And decide you want more change, you can always walk with your eyes closed. And then inhale, the right arm reaches back up to the ceiling. Look down to your left hand, lowering your right palm, lowering your right knee, widen your hands to shoulder distance. Take your knees to hip distance. Inhale, lift the chin and the tail. Press the heart forward. Pull those shoulders down and away from the ears and take one more inhale. Exhale, start to tuck the tail and the chin. Rounding your back, pull the belly in, push the floor away from you. Good. Inhale, neutral table. Big toes together. Sit back on the heels. Bring your thighs together and drape your chest down. Relax your head down, and if it doesn't make it to the floor, support it with those hands. And breathe here. Noticing if there's a difference for you when you do child's pose with your legs together rather than having the legs slightly apart or wide apart. Good, reaching those hands forward, pull yourself up to table. Take that left hand forward a few inches and then walk it out to the left the same amount. On an inhale, take that right arm out like a wing, and as you exhale, thread the needle, taking that right arm all the way over to the left, bending your left elbow so you can lower your right shoulder, you can lower the side of your head. Try not to let your hips swing out to one side, so try to keep the hips stable over the knees. Do you need that left hand? Can it float up towards the ceiling? If you need the fingers on the floor for support, keep them there. Try to let gravity pull you down onto that right shoulder. Now, if you find it difficult to get to the floor, you can always take a cushion or a pillow and place it underneath that right shoulder if you're not able to come down as far. Find that place in the posture that feels right for your body, feels safe for your body. There's no risk of injury. Turn your left palm to face the wall behind you and allow that left arm to just start to drape across the back. Maybe it reaches for that right buttock, maybe the right hip, inner thigh, hip crease. Just breathing here. Inhale that left arm back up to the ceiling and then plant the hand in front of the face. Push through that palm and start to unwind. Taking that right arm out to the right and all the way up as high as you can. And then release your right hand down to the ground. Bring your hands to a shoulder distance width. Let's inhale into cow and exhale into cat. 2 more times. Inhaling into cow, make that U shape with the spine. Exhale into that cat stretch. Last one. When you're done, we prepare for the other side by walking that right hand forward a few inches and out to the right. Left arm now comes out like a wing. Inhale and extend. Exhale, slide that hand palm up across the floor, bending your right elbow to lower the left shoulder, the side of your head. Check that your hips are still relatively over top of those knees. Do you need the right hand? If you don't, let it float up. And let gravity really pull you down onto that left shoulder. Feeling that twist along the spine and that massage as gravity pulls you onto that left arm. Breathing into any tight spots, any tension. Try to let it go. Making any adjustments or modifications that are needed for you. Placing something underneath the shoulder if you can't quite come down. And then you can let your right palm face the wall behind you and let the arm drape across the back, reaching towards that left buttock, left hip, inner thigh crease. Breathe. Never taking yourself so far in a posture that it's a struggle to take a full breath, that's a good indication that you've gone too far, that you're past your edge. You need to back off. The breath is the best guide. It's your best teacher when you're practicing, so you're always listening to it. Float that right arm up to the ceiling, take a deep breath in, and then plant the hand in front of the face as you exhale. Inhale, unwind that left arm, taking it out to the left and all the way up, and then release that left hand down. Bring your hands back to shoulder distance. Knees are at hip distance. Let's inhale, lift the chin and the tail. Exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin and round. Inhaling into cow. And exhaling into your cat, nice and slow. Last one. Full inhale. Slow, complete exhale. Slide the knees back a couple inches, curl your toes under, take it up and back to downward dog. Does it feel a little different now that the body is opened and maybe warmed up a bit more? Maybe it feels as though those heels get a little closer to the ground. Maybe it feels as though you can get your armpits a bit closer to the ankles, to the legs. Let your head just hang and be heavy. Good, let's inhale high up on the toes, tiny bend in the knees as you look forward, and let your feet come up to your hands. Inhale, take the flat back, long spine, gaze in front of you, and then exhale, fold and hold here, 3 breaths. On your next inhale, as you lift through the back of the head, circle the arms all the way up. Exhale, circle the arms down, bring your hands to your heart and take an inhale. And an exhale, clasp the hands, press the palms down. Inhale, arms float forward and up. Find something to look at that's not going to move. Draw that low belly back towards the spine. And when you're ready, inhale up onto those toes. Trying to balance the weight evenly across all 10 of those toes. So it's going to want to roll to the outer edges of your feet. So really keep rooting into the big toe, second, third, and fourth toe, and that pinky toe. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, lean a little bit to your right if you can. Good, let's inhale back through center and then lean to the left in our swaying palm tree pose. On your next inhale, come back up. Come up a little higher if you can. Take another full breath in and then lower your heels down slowly. Inhale, press up through the palms and circle the arms all the way down to the sides. Turn your palms open, close the eyes for a moment. Notice what you're feeling in those forearms, wrists, and hands. As you open the eyes, inhale, sweep the arms forward, press the palms together, lift the arms, look up. Exhale, as the hands come through the heart, fold all the way down, release your hands down. Inhale, look out in front of you, long spine. Plant your hands, step back to the top of a push-up. And in this plank pose, we hold and we breathe, making a modification if you need to. As you inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, lower with control. Inhale, send the chin forward as you lift through the back of the head. Heavy through those feet, shoulders down. Can you lift those feet away from the floor? Send the arms out to a T. Hands are floating off the ground. Little squeeze between those shoulder blades. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands beside the chest. Lower your feet. Push into the feet. Inhale, lift the chest even higher. And then lower your forehead as you tuck your toes. Inhale, come back up to your plank pose. Hips and shoulders lift at the same time. Press back to a downward dog. On an inhale, let your right leg lift slowly up behind you. Keep pushing the chest back and take another inhale. As you exhale, lower the right foot down and inhale, lift the left leg up. Level those hips out. Press out through that left heel. Another deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower the left foot down. Press both heels down to the ground. Push the chest back. Good. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower your knees and just untuck your toes. And from this table pose, all we're going to do is straighten the right leg without tucking the toes under. So you're still on the top of that right foot. Slide that right foot over to the left. Walk your hands around to the left. Keeping your hands shoulder distance apart, shoulders over wrist, look over that left shoulder back towards that right foot. Just compressing the left side of the body. Try to keep that right foot pointed, legs straight. Can you walk your hands a little further maybe? Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, look down between your hands and walk your hands back to center. Take your right leg back to center and set the knee down. Straighten your left leg. Staying on the top of the foot, slide that left foot over to the right. Start to walk your hands around to the right. Try to maintain that shoulder distance between those two palms. Look over that right shoulder, back towards that left foot. Keep that left knee lifted away from the floor. Left leg is straight. Compressing the right side. Can your hands walk? Maybe just a bit further. Find your edge. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, look down between the hands. Walk your hands back to center. Slide the leg back to center. And lower the knee. Inhale, lift the chin and the tailbone up. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail and round. Neutral spine, right foot steps forward. Walk that right foot closer to the right hand. Slide the left leg back as far as it'll go, but try to maintain knee over ankle. If you need a little padding underneath that back knee, take that blanket into place if you need it, or a little cushion. Lift the chin away from the chest, drop your hips down towards the ground. Start to look up, maybe even close your eyes. Keep drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears. And breathe. Hips are just melting towards the floor, feeling the intensity of that stretch right through the front of that left hip. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, look down. Start to walk the hands back. Straighten your right leg. Pull the toes away from the floor so you're up on your right heel. So the hands have come back so they're underneath the shoulders. The hips are kind of over top of that left knee. Spread your right toes. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, fold over those legs. Relax your head. Press down into the top of that left foot. Good. As you inhale, lift the chin, and as you exhale, start to walk the hands forward. Replant that right foot. Soften those hips down towards the ground. Lifting the chin, opening the throat. Curl your left toes under, relax the head down, and now inhale, lift the left leg up to the ceiling. And just start to bow your chest towards your right thigh. Chin tucks in, nose draws in, forehead draws in. Look at your left foot. Make sure that your left toes and kneecap are still pointing down to the ground. How high can you lift that left leg? Take another deep breath in, look down to your right foot and start to lower your left foot hip distance from your right foot, and then just come into that standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Breathe. Try to bring some weight into the toes, letting your hips come forward over those ankles. The arms are heavy, the head hangs. Just letting gravity pull you down. Give the head a little shake as though you were saying no. And then a little nod as though saying yes. And then just let the head be. Good. Look down towards the feet. Take your hands back to the ground and take a big step back with your right foot, lowering to your right knee, untucking the right toes, bend that left knee over the left ankle, and walk your left foot as close to your left hand as you can. Melt your hips down, lift the chin, open the throat, look up, and breathe. In through the nose and out through the nose, slow and steady. Keep melting your hips down towards the ground. Keep extending, reaching upwards through the crown of your head. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, look down. Start to walk your hands back. Start to straighten your left leg out. So we want to shift the right hip back over the right knee, pull the left toes away from the floor, and pull them back towards the left knee. So you're resting up on that left heel. Inhale, look out in front of you, lengthening the spine, and then melt the torso down. Relax the head, let it hang. Breathe, spread those left toes, push out through that heel. Good. As you inhale, lift the chin. As you exhale, come back into your lunge. Rebend the knee. Curl the right toes under. As you push off your right foot now, lift the right leg up to the ceiling and bow your chest towards your thigh. Chin, nose, then forehead, draw in. And again, try to keep the right foot and knee pointing down towards the ground as you lift that right leg up behind you. And then breathe into the intensity of that stretch up the back of the left leg. Good. Let's inhale, lift that right leg even higher. This time, take a big step back with the right foot. Plant both your palms and step back to downward dog. Press those heels down. Keep pushing the chest back. Good. Let's inhale high on the toes, soften the knees, and look forward and take it through to a seated position. Extending the legs out. You can have a little lift underneath the seat if you'd like it there. Pull all 10 toes towards you. Good. Let's draw the left knee into the chest. And just let that knee fall out to the side, pushing your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. Facing that extended right leg, we inhale, lift the arms up, and then lean the heart in the direction of that foot. Reach across the room, level out your shoulders, relax the arms down, take a gentle grip on the leg or the foot, and pull your heart towards your toes, pull your toes towards your heart, and relax the head all the way down. Close your eyes as you breathe here, in and out through your nose. Inhale, lift the chin, and as you exhale, again, reach across the room, and we inhale, come all the way up, palms turn out to circle the arms down. Now lift the left knee up and extend the left leg out. Pull the right knee into the chest. Pressing out through that left heel, allow that right knee to just fall out to the side. Press the foot and the leg together. And as you inhale, let the arms reach up. Draw the belly in, lean over that left leg, heart towards the toes. Keep reaching, 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 and then relax the arms down. Take a little grip, whatever you can reach. Draw the low belly in, drag the heart forward, and relax the head all the way down. Shoulders are level, close the eyes. Push out through that left heel, spread those toes. On your next inhale, lift the chin, and as you exhale, extend and reach the arms forward. Inhale, rise, palms open, circle the arms down. Bring your right knee up now. Draw your left knee in to join the right. Let the soles of the feet connect. Draw the heels close to you. Make sure if you're using a blanket, you're still sitting on the edge of it, so you're tipping that pelvis forward. You can hold the shins. You can hold the ankles. If you are holding the feet, make sure that you're not pulling the feet away from the floor. You want to keep the pinky toe edge of the foot connected. So don't take your hands right under your feet if you're clasping them. Just clasp the toes. Lift through the crown. Press those knees down. Take a deep breath in and start to lean the heart forward. How far forward can your chest get? Feel that tip of the pelvis still. When your chest can't go any further, relax the chin down toward the chest. Press those knees down again. Drag that heart a little further through those upper arms, and then close your eyes. And just breathe. If your elbows happen to touch your inner thighs, you can use the arms to press those legs down. Good. As you inhale, start to lift through the back of the head, slowly coming all the way up. Take your hands to the outsides of those knees and bring those knees together. Send your legs out. Give those legs a little shake. Come off of any lift you may have been on, making sure your feet are at the top of your mat. Lie all the way down onto your back, drawing your knees into your chest. Wrapping the arms around the legs and just rocking from side to side. Massaging your back and coming back to center, preparing for bridge. So go ahead and set your feet down on the ground and try to bring your heels as close to your buttocks as you can get them. And then separate your feet so that your heels are going to line up with the center of sort of each buttock, right where those hip bones are, those connection points where those legs kind of attach into the body. So we want to have the big toes ever so slightly turned in, flatten the low back to the floor, and then hug your arms as tight to your sides as you can get them, but your palms are pressing down. And without turning the head, inhale, just start to lift the hips up. How high can you lift the hips without moving anything? So send your knees forward over those ankles, lift your hips towards the ceiling, and now squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Can you walk your hands a little closer together? Some of you might be able to clasp your hands, climbing up onto those triceps a little higher. Make sure that you do not turn your head in your bridge, very important. Keep the head straight. Push your heart towards your chin. Really press down through those arms, press down through those feet. Tiniest hint of a smile comes onto the corners of your mouth. We're taking 2 more breaths. Last full inhale and full exhale. And now inhale, just come up onto the toes, take the arms to a T and roll the upper back down, mid back, low back, tailbone, heels settle. Relax for a moment. Shift your hips a bit to the left, cross your left knee over your right knee, and now turn your head all the way to the left. Take a deep breath in and start to melt your legs over to the right. Now, if you find as the legs come over, that left shoulder really starts to pull away from the floor, just uncross the legs and stack them instead. Close your eyes. Breathe as deeply and as slowly as you can, trying to relax along the entire length of your spine. Good. On your next inhale, head and knees come up, uncross the legs, shift your hips to center. And then take your hips to the right a little bit, cross right knee over left. Turn your head all the way to the right and take a deep breath in, and then start to melt those legs over to the left side. And again, if it's too intense, having the legs crossed, because that right shoulder is lifting and pulling away from the ground, just simply uncross the legs and stack them instead. Just breathe here. Soften and melt into this twist. Just continue to listen to the sound of your breath. Try to quiet your mind, let everything else go. And just be here in this pose, fully connected to your body through your breath. And on your next inhale, let your head and your knees come up. Uncross the legs, shift your hips to center. Draw your knees loosely into your chest, reach for them with your hands, and just start to rock from side to side a few times. Trying to massage whatever area of the back is calling for your attention. So maybe you're pulling the knees in tighter to come higher up the back. Maybe you're keeping them really loose and wide to work that low back, upper buttock area. Come back to center, squeeze your legs together. Take your arms to a T and turn your palms down to the ground. Try to lengthen through the back of the neck, bring your heels up away from the buttocks slightly. Keep squeezing those legs together and take a deep breath in. Exhale, begin to lower your legs to the right, turning your head to the left. Before your left shoulder lifts away from the floor, set your feet down. Turn your palms up. Draw those shoulders down, away from the ears. And just notice if you're feeling this twist in a different area of your back. Breathing into any tightness or tension that you encounter as you scan the body. And be sure to keep that left shoulder resting heavily on the ground. Try not to let it pull away. And just relax and let go and soften and melt. Turning your palms back down to the ground, press into them, flex the feet, and inhale, head and knees come up slowly. And now legs travel to the left and the head turns to the right. Before the right shoulder lifts, set the feet down. Turn the palms up. Try not to let that right shoulder lift away from the ground. Breathe as deeply and as slowly as you can right now. When we come to these final twisting postures at the end of our practice, the breath is the most important part. It's not how far you get into the pose, it's how deeply you can breathe. So keep that right arm right on the ground, heavy, like it weighed 10 times its normal weight. Both shoulders heavy, upper back heavy. And as the head turns to the right and the hips turn to the left, twisting out the entire length of the spine. Squeezing out residual toxins. massaging the visceral organs. Let your palms turn down. Re-engage those legs. Press into the hands and inhale, head and knees to center. Take a grip on those knees. Rock side to side. Coming back to center, squeeze the legs together and draw the forehead towards the knees. Wrap the arms tightly around the legs, squeezing yourself into a tiny little ball. Starting to scrunch up the face, shoulders lift up to the ears. Take another inhale, hold the breath now. Squeeze the toes, feet, legs, belly, back, arms, neck, face, scalp. And then relax. Lower your head. Lower your feet. And if you want to slip your socks on, you want to cover your body with a blanket, make those adjustments that are necessary for your personal comfort. The more comfortable that you are, the easier you will find it to be still, to relax, and to just let go. We come into Shavasana, the final posture of our yoga practice today. The most important posture that we do. This is where all the magic happens. All the benefits of our practice can really sink in here. Going to those parts of you that really need that healing, that positive energy, that love. So just allow your whole body to become still. Let your whole body just start to sink down towards the ground. Even the tongue is resting heavy within the mouth. As the breath begins to soften and quiet. Give rest to your entire body. Toes and feet are relaxed. Legs and hips are relaxed. Buttocks and pelvis are relaxed. Low back and belly are relaxed. Upper back and chest are relaxed. Fingers and palms are relaxed. Arms and shoulders are relaxed. Neck and throat relaxed. Face and scalp are relaxed. The brain is relaxed. The heart is relaxed. The whole body is relaxed. Relaxed. Relax. Begin to deepen that breath once again. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Moving your hands and your feet, and then your wrists and your ankles. Head can start to turn from side to side. Head rolls to center, legs come together. Stretch your arms over your head and take a long, deep breath in, lengthen the entire body. As you exhale, relax, but keep the arms where they are. Take an inhale and stretch out just the right side. Fingers forward, toes forward, away from one another, and relax. And then take those left fingers back, left toes forward. Reach, reach, reach. Relax. Now, left toes, right hand. And relax. Left hand and right toes stretching. And relax. Walk your feet towards you. Take your knees into your chest and then reach up for the knees with your hands and just rock side to side a few times. And eventually roll over onto your right side when you're ready, and pause here in this fetal position. Try to keep your eyes closed. The breath is slow and deep. The mind a bit quieter. What else feels different to you? Where else has there been a shift? Take a moment to thank yourself for this gift of this yoga practice in your life today. Thank yourself for taking the time for you, the most important person in your life, the person you need to take care of. Because when you are well, then you have the energy to give to those around you. You're calmer, more patient, less reactive. So keeping your eyes closed, start to press your way back up to a seated position and just sit comfortably for a moment. Try to make your spine very long. The crown of the head is just floating up towards the ceiling, and then let your hands float up and come into your heart. Palms pressed together, thumbs to the sternum, corners of the mouth turning up into the tiniest hint of a smile. Thank you for allowing me to share these teachings of yoga with you today to the best of my ability. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be able to do so. The divine light within me graciously acknowledges that same divine light within you. Namaste. We fold forward to seal in our practice, but we also try to let it go so that we're not holding on to it, and we're not judging it in any way. It's simply done. Let it be. Move into the rest of your day calmly, compassionately, lovingly. To those around you, but most importantly, to yourself. Thanks, everybody. Hope that you have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. We'll see you soon.